I'm so glad you're joining me for another Confidence Quickie. These are ADD-sized neuro nuggets, and they're aimed to give you some simple and quick, but really scientific strategies that boost and sustain confidence. And it's because the more you know about your brain and how it impacts your body and your behavior, the more you can build that mental strength and subsequent confidence. So today, I want to talk about what makes people appear confident. And what I mean by that is when we ask people in our workshops time and time again to describe people that they know that are confident, the same list of characteristics comes up almost every time. So I'm going to share with you that list right now. And I think as we go through, I would recommend that you think about how you yourself map to these characteristics. Are you of this type of person, or do you have these kind of traits? The first one on the list is that confident people stay calm. They're not all crazy. Speaking of ADD, they don't walk in, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. They are calm, they're collected. And as a result, it's very contagious. When somebody's calm and they're in that kind of Zen moment, everybody mirrors that. That's part of our mirror neurons in our brain. We just mirror that. So it really is a sign of confidence, and it impacts everybody in the room. Confident people listen better. They're really good listeners. As a result, they get listened to better as well. So there's a real benefit to that. They're diplomatic, but they're decisive. So they'll take in other opinions and they listen, but at the end of the day, they make decisions. They don't waffle, well, maybe, I don't know, what do you want to do? They don't do that. It's give me your input and I will make a decision. They're not judgmental. So they don't come in kind of with prejudged, prejudice type decisions or bias, or at least they try not to. We all have natural bias, we know that, but needless to say, confident people will try and put those aside and really take in data kind of objectively before they make a decision or otherwise use that information. This one's important because confident people own their mistakes. They apologize appropriately. What that means is they don't start every email with, I'm sorry, this is late, I'm sorry, this is late, I'm sorry, right? How many times do we go and type that? A lot, right? Or they have to cancel a meeting, they don't call up and the first words is, I'm sorry, I have to cancel or to postpone. When they do something that really inconveniences another person or otherwise really is something that they regret doing, they own that error. I am so sorry that I forgot our meeting. It typically slipped my mind. I have too much on my plate, clearly, and I know that made your life very awkward, and I'm sorry for that. Something like that, right? You really make an authentic apology. That shows that you have confidence. Confident people are not defensive. So when they get feedback, they don't have to agree with it, but they don't necessarily defend or deflect it. They don't say, oh my God, it was the traffic. It was all terrible traffic. I was late. Or it was Mary's fault. It's all her fault all the time. She's such a problem. I can never get out of a meeting on time. They don't do that. They own their mistakes. They don't get defensive, and again, they don't deflect blame. And the last one on the list is that confident people are eager to learn. Now, if you're familiar with Carol Dweck and her growth mindset body of work, it's really phenomenal information, and I highly recommend you dig into it. Just Google Carol Dweck, growth mindset. It appears on our confidence list every time because confident people who want to learn more, who really do have an open mind, not only are they more successful for Carol Dweck, but they tend to be more confident per elicitative year. And all the people that we've asked this question to, what do confident people like? Now, when you're eager to learn, yeah, you're going to listen better. You're going to take in more information. You're not going to judge and all that. So it all kind of wraps together. So again, how did you do on this list? Because another thing that I think is really fascinating is if you identify as an introvert, you may have assumed introverts are not confident, but this list actually maps better to introversion than it does extroversion. And as we know from the list that I'll cover another day on extroverts and kind of what are the not confident list, it's amazing that introverts actually have more characteristics of confident leaders than extroverts do. So I'm going to leave you with that neuro nugget for today, for sure. But I want to certainly invite you to learn more about what we do at the American Confidence Institute and through our Kickass confidence programs. We have stuff for groups if you have a company or nonprofit, association conference that you want to bring a workshop to. Love to be there. Massachusetts-based employees, if you have them, we can actually do the workshops for half off because the state will pay. Let's take advantage of that, mass-based people. If you are an individual and you just want to do this on your own for whatever reason, check out our career acceleration programs. They're virtual, so you can do it from the comfort of your home in the evenings. I lead them through video conference, and they're just amazing, amazing programs with a group of your peers that we can really curate to make sure that everybody gets a huge value from these programs. You get a confidence and career boost. So join me if you can, kickass-confidence.com for more information. Thank you for joining this Kickass Confidence Quickie. Have a good one.